and welcome to Scooped, the ice cream review podcast, where we try all the cone creations, signature slushes, and frozen foods on the East Coast to give you the ultimate scoop. My name is Holly Hagman, and with me is my co-host, husband, and ice cream connoisseur, Paul Percivali. Paul, what did the ice cream cone have to do to graduate college?
He had to get a scoop on the competition?
That's actually not bad.
What is it?
He had to write his dissertation.
God darn it. All right. All right. That was a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would have never thought about it, though.
Yeah, no, me either. That was a funny one. So in our last episode, we reviewed Coney Waffle, which we placed at the A tier level. And for this episode, we are reviewing a shop whose name is as wild as some of their signature treats, Crazees.
Yes, that's a pretty wacky, some may say, insane name.
Indeed, and we're going to talk about all of the insanity that comes with Crazees, as well as how I feel about it in the coming notes. So, yes. Paul, do you want to tell us
about the background?
A little bit about Crazees?
All right, here we go. Their subtitle is The Institute of Fine Ice Cream and Nuts. I was like, why would they pride themselves on their nuts? And then I thought about it, I was like, oh, it's a literary pun.
Yeah, it's a play on words.
Yes.
Because, nuts is another word for crazy.
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Yes. And then they have another one that is...
No, this is just their story.
Oh, what about the ice cream?
That's part of their story.
All right. Ice cream, you scream. You know the rest. There's nothing else like creamy, delicious, old-fashioned ice cream to beat the heat out of the summer or top off a delicious dinner. That's not bad. Vintage ice cream parlor since 1991. Crazees is your vintage ice cream parlor offering classic flavors in ice cream cones and cups, sundaes and banana splits, and cakes for all occasions. Or maybe your mood screams for one of our insane treats, like bipolar ice or manic mix-ins. And wow, those are some names, honey.
I hate it. I hate this episode.
All right. Yeah, I could understand. I understand why, just knowing, our job descriptions.
Just knowing me as a person.
Well, also...
And specifically where I work. You work, and where just, the fact that
jobs.
We're decent human beings. Yeah, there's that.
Mm.
I'm salty about this one.
Well, I feel like it makes sense in that they are, an ice cream place in a wealthy area. And they don't usually have tact, is all I'm saying.
Well, clearly that's true.
Anywho, so insane treats like our bipolar ice or our manic mix-ins, our thick frosty ice cream drinks. At Crazees, come in with your sweet tooth and leave with a smile. Straight jacket optional.
That's literally a direct quote from their website.
Yeah, that's
what the actual beep.
Yeah.
It's not even... I don't know how to... I have no words. It's like they came up with this concept in 1991 when they thought it was funny, and it has aged so poorly.
Holy crud.
It wasn't funny then, and it's worse now.
Yeah.
It's worse.
They should really think about rebranding, is all I'm going to say.
Right?
Especially
the
you.
The name is fine, but all this other stuff is brutal.
Yeah, especially you working with students who are they have issues, and this is just I pretty insensitive.
I literally work at a therapeutic school for children with mental illness, and I can't even fathom them walking into this store, just the audacity. I don't know.
No, I feel the same way.
I don't feel good doing this episode.
We both work with students with with issues.
With diverse needs.
With diverse needs. And this is, like, pretty insensitive is all we're going to say. Well, I mean, not all. We're probably going to have some comments later, but whatever.
I got more comments. And the worst part is, well, no, that's not the worst part. I'm lying. The worst part we read already. It's the straitjacket optional sentence. But one of the craziest things about this place...
Craziest things about Crazees?
Mm-hmm. Is that they don't even make their own ice cream. The thing on their website, we feature Thomas Sweet Ice Cream with 11 everyday choices available and 15 rotating flavors. Stop in to see if your favorite is in or try a new flavor. It could become your next favorite. And for the record, Thomas Sweet Ice Cream Shop is a different ice cream store that has been open since 1979, and they have locations in Princeton, Montgomery, New Brunswick, and then also, for some reason, Washington, D.C. Don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
But... yeah, Thomas Sweet is later on our ice cream list. They're the ones who are providing the ice cream to Crazees. So
Crazees is just a vendor.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, and their ice cream is the product of another place.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely something. I feel like we're going to have to...
It's going to be the shortest episode.
I feel like we're going to have to rate them based on... Well, how do we rate them based on their ice cream when... I was going to say we rate them based on their ice cream and their, like, business structure. But then their ice cream is not their own. Anyway, let's move on.
It's very confusing. This whole thing is a wild ride. It's crazy for different reasons.
Did you know about any of this before we, like, went to their...
What do you mean?
Like, did you do any, like, extra research beforehand, or did you
I knew about this before we went to the physical store, yes, but I didn't know it when I put them on our list.
Ah.
I had already put them in the schedule, and then, for just, like, some background on behind-the-scenes stuff, the schedule does change sometimes, but it is a royal pain in the neck to get anything changed, because we have to, like, in our notes, we plan for the next episode, because we always give you guys a teaser of what's coming next. So if we already, have stuff on the schedule, it's difficult to change it, because sometimes we've already locked in by saying it in the previous episode, and also, just in general, sometimes we can't get to other places that we want to get to, because it's a drive, or we don't have the time in our schedule, or... it's closed for various reasons, we still haven't done that gourmet Italian ice place in Keyport because it was closed for, all of January, even though they claim they don't have a seasonal closing. So I guess they were just either on vacation or some sort.
Or lied.
I don't know. It was, or the information we had was flawed. I don't know. The point is, it's difficult to change the schedule. They were already in the schedule, even though the concept for this place just is incredibly offensive. So, you would hope that they at least have really good ice cream.
But it's not even theirs. Anywho.
Yeah, sorry. You would hope that Thomas Sweet sells really good ice cream that for some reason is at Crazees.
Anywho. You can take it away from here, honey.
No. It's your turn.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure I went up to...
Nope. We're on signature dishes. I said all that already.
Oh. All that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then here we go. Signature dishes. That was really quick. So there was, really nothing else about, this place?
No.
Nothing about how they got started?
No. 1991. That's all I know.
Okay. And you don't well, I guess, we're already not that happy about the how they present themselves. So I don't feel like even if we did know who owns it, it'd be a good thing to name drop them at this point.
Yeah, I looked on Yelp because sometimes they'll have business stuff, but literally the only description on Yelp is ice cream. Homemade ice cream, cakes, and novelties. Doesn't say anything about the business history.
Maybe there's a reason for that.
Doesn't say anything about the owner. Doesn't say anything at all. And the crazy part is, it's got a lot of 5-star reviews, but it also has a lot of 1-star reviews.
What do they say?
They're basically calling it out for, this ice cream was just alright, but the derogatory signs around the shop were much more concerning.
It was so... I wish we went at a time that it wasn't, like, pitch black outside, so I can actually, like, take a look around. Because I feel like I didn't take a good enough look on the outside of the shop.
I mean, not the outside, the inside. We took pictures of those signs.
Yeah. I don't know. I was zoning out. I don't remember the signs, but yeah, their description's kind of crazy. Do you notice we've dropped the word crazy, like, non-ironically at least 4 times so far since we've been trying to describe them?
Because this literally is crazy. This entire thing is nuts. And I don't mean that, like, because it's in their freaking slogan. I mean it because it's unbelievable that it's 2025 and this place exists and hasn't gotten, like, completely canceled.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
I'm shocked, honestly.
All right.
But, I don't know. Should we talk about the other... What are they doing? What do they have? Signature dishes. That's
yeah,
what
here we go.
Sorry.
So, for their signature dishes, that, again, come from Thomas Sweet's ice cream, technically speaking, they have scooped hard ice cream. It says everyday and rotating flavors, which is pretty typical. It was the same thing with Coney Waffle.
Right. And one thing I will say about Crazees is they had a lot of flavor options.
They did.
The flavors were kind of written all over the walls in like some kind of, I don't know if it was alphabetical order. Not really.
No, it just seemed like a whole bunch of writings on the walls.
But yeah, there are signs all over the place with the different rotating flavors that they have, and
a couple of them that I didn't see, which kind of made me sad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think peach is in season right now. Certainly they didn't have... These were the flavors of the day. I have the sign for what was available when we went.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, we'll include that picture, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, scooped hard ice cream. Then they also have sorbet, and sorbet is like somewhere halfway between an Italian ice and hard ice cream, right?
Kinda. It's Italian ice, but it's a little smoother.
Probably has some cream added into it or something.
Maybe. I don't remember the exact breakdown. I feel like we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
Like the sorbet, sherbet, Italian ice.
We have talked about it.
It's a non-dairy ice cream fruity treat.
Yes. And then they also have soft serve, and we like soft serve. But we didn't try the soft serve.
No.
I might try that next time. Wait, if we ever go back...
In what land is there a next time?
Well, we don't have to go back here to try the ice cream.
That's true. We can go to Thomas Sweet in Princeton.
Right, because we don't... Yeah, because we don't need to go back here. Next time we go there, we'll try the soft serve, because we didn't try it last time.
Facts. Okay. And in addition to the standard things we just mentioned, they have frozen yogurt options, dairy-free vegan flavors, which I didn't... Oh, wait, you had one. So they did have them.
Yeah.
They do exist.
They do.
Okay. And then ice cream novelties like ice cream sandwiches and ice cream cakes.
Yes, they had those.
So, those were things that they had.
All right. So, I guess we're moving on to the go-tos?
I guess. Do you want to go first? You
want to do something?
I don't remember... I remember the flavor I tried, but I don't remember what it was called, and I'm trying to look at the flavors of the day so that I can figure it out by process of elimination. I'm fairly certain I figured it out.
Okay. Well, then I'll go first.
Okay.
Let's see. I had 3 different flavors, and I believe we had them in, like, the waffle cones. They were okay.
I liked the waffle cone, actually.
I wonder if they made the waffle cones or
if they're imported from Thomas.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I don't know. But either way, it was not the best waffle cone, but it wasn't the worst. Pretty decent. So my 3 flavors were vegan black raspberry with chocolate chips, cherry vanilla, and regular black raspberry. I guess I'll just start from best to worst. Let's see. The best was surprisingly the regular black raspberry. I kind of expected to like the cherry vanilla most because that's just what I usually go for. But the black raspberry was better, was pretty decent. I don't have anything really big to like any big descriptors of ways to describe it, but it was good. The cherry vanilla was also pretty good. The flavor of the ice cream was good, but it did not have very many cherries in it at all. Like I could probably count the amount of cherries I found in my scoops on one hand.
Yeah, it was very light.
It was very sparse.
It was very much just like a pink ice cream. I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of actual fruit in it, which was kind of a bummer. I liked it at first bite, but then I realized, oh, there's nothing in it. It's just the ice cream. And then when I tasted it a bit more, I was like, it's more sweet than it is flavorful. So, yeah, not the best. And then I also had the black raspberry with chocolate chips, which was the vegan option. And I thought, okay, I'll try that and I'll try the regular black raspberry and I'll see which one's better. And Jesus, the black raspberry regular was much better. Yeah.
Score 1 for the dairy consumers of the world.
Yeah, seriously, I did not like this. It did not taste very good. It was kind of icky.
Oof.
And I don't know what it was about. Yeah, the chocolate chips that were also in there, not very good.
Well, they're probably vegan chocolate chips.
That's probably why it wasn't very good. Yeah. I did not enjoy it. Did I even finish it? Did I just toss it?
I know I tossed the rest of mine.
I think I might have just tossed the rest of mine also. The vegan part. I ate the other stuff. It was just the vegan part. Yeah, and then I went home and I had like a sugar rush that like sent me running around the living room a couple 100 times. Like, I'm not even kidding. Our living room isn't that big, but I had to burn the energy, and by the time I was done with the day, I had like 16,000 steps while we were watching Dexter Original Sin.
That was good. That was a fun day.
It was a fun day.
I mean, we'll get to the whole story. Well, we should let's tell the story.
Oh, and this was also Valentine's Day.
I was going to say, I feel like we should tell the story before I talk about my flavors.
Right.
So, we had a whole Valentine's Day excursion before we came here. We went out for sushi, and then our plan was to come here for dessert.
Yes, we went out to sushi, and we accidentally ordered $30 worth of wine that we didn't want in the first place.
Well, when you say we, you mean me.
Well, I don't drink.
Yeah, I was getting to that. Story. So we went to a sushi place in Holmdel, New Jersey, and it's a place we've been before, and we really like it. And all week leading up to Valentine's Day, I don't know why, I had been personally just in the mood for a glass of white wine. I don't really keep wine in the house because I'm not a big wine drinker.
And I don't drink alcohol at all.
But it was like Valentine's Day, and I wanted like a little something special with my sushi. And so when we got there was the regular menu and then there was the drink menu. And on the drink menu, you could get a bottle of wine. And I was like, I don't want a bottle of wine. But then they had a section that was sangria. And I'm like, oh, cool. Sangria is fruitier wine anyway. I'm more of a fruity drink person. This works out really well for me. Awesome. And I tell the waitress, could I please get a glass of the white sangria? And I thought she said, white sangria? And I said, yes. Now, for the record, we were at a Japanese sushi place, and the woman had a bit of an accent, and I'm not sure if she misheard me or I misheard her from her accent or what happened, but there was a giant miscommunication because not only did she not come back with a single glass, she came back with 2 glasses and an entire pitcher of red sangria. And I said, excuse me, I ordered the white, and I would only like a glass. And she said, you can't order it by glass, it's only by pitcher. And I look a little closer at the menu, and it does say that, but in my head, it was like, they were giving the price if you wanted the whole pitcher, but it would be less if you got, I don't know.
And then she had to drink the whole pitcher herself.
We're all there, right? While we were sitting there.
Yep.
I chugged it.
Yep, chugged the whole thing.
Just kidding. I don't really like red wine. So this was a whole production where they already made it. I couldn't send it back. She's like, you can take it home if you don't finish it. I'm like, I'm not going to finish it, lady. I don't like red wine. So I did try one glass of it. I didn't finish my one glass that I tried. It was okay.
We threw the rest in Chinese food leftover.
Yeah, like soup containers.
Soup
That's what they brought for us, and poured it in there and took it home, and then brought it to your sister's house when we had like family dinner.
Yeah.
And it's fine. It got consumed. It didn't end up being a waste, but it was like, that is not what I wanted. And then on top of that, we have like a bucket of sangria in the car, and we're driving to Rumson, which honestly, we probably could have gotten in trouble for that, I'm thinking of now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't drive with open alcohol.
Oh, snap.
And we did it. Whoops. Cut this out, quick.
Oh, no.
Well, anywho. So we leave the sangria in the car, we get to Crazees, and it's cute, like, on the outside. It was like starting to get dark, and so they had these lights on the building.
I remember there being a lot of Christmas-looking lights.
Yeah, it looked very festive, honestly. But it was cute, it looked nice, and then we walked in, and the inside was cute, too. It had a lot of, like, seating area. There was a mom and her kid playing Uno.
Yeah, I remember that.
In the corner, which was cute.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I don't know, the place made me uncomfortable. The employees were not very nice either. I don't know if you remember that.
I didn't voice it out loud, but I kind of agreed with you. I kind of agree with you now about that take.
They seemed
miserable,
annoyed with us.
Oh.
And I mean, yeah, generally.
They seemed a little miserable to me.
But they definitely seemed like annoyed with us. We were indecisive. It was our first time there. There's a lot of flavors. There's a lot to take in.
Mm-hmm.
And unbeknownst to them, we're doing a podcast about this. So we were like taking pictures and looking at signs and this and that. And they were like very short with us. And, I don't know. I just got the vibe that they didn't like us.
Oh, we didn't like them.
Not that they had to, but I'm just saying.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, definitely was not going to divulge our podcast to those.
Them. No.
Not like with the sweet ice creamery people. Yeah. They were lovely.
They were super nice. And I don't know. Point is, there's a lot going on with this place. But now, the actual ice cream I ate. So I got a waffle cone. I only got 2 scoops because we had eaten a lot of sushi and I was not super hungry. So I got peanut butter swirl, which is outside my normal choices because it didn't have any chocolate in it. It was vanilla ice cream with peanut butter. But the reason I did that was because the other flavor I got, which I've narrowed down, it must be Chocolate Thunder, is what it's called on their menu.
Chocolate Thunder?
It must be, because that's the only other chocolate thing, and I know...
You would have gotten?
And I know that I had a dark chocolate raspberry ice cream.
Ah. Yeah, that makes sense.
And so it must be that. So, that's what I had. The other one was dark chocolate raspberry with chocolate chips. And, look... I'm gonna level with y'all. It was good. It was good ice cream. The peanut butter swirl I actually liked a little better than the Chocolate Thunder, just because I'm a peanut butter fanatic.
Yeah.
I love peanut butter. We actually have a chocolate peanut butter cake on our kitchen table right now that I made for my mom's birthday.
It looks really good and it smells really good, and you better keep an eye on it, honey, because it might not be there when we're done with this podcast.
I know. It's a real problem. But, anywho. So I'm a big fan of peanut butter. The vanilla ice cream was actually decent texture-wise, and they gave you a lot. I do have the receipt over there if you want to grab it off the table.
Oh, all right. Got it.
Next to my coffee.
Sorry, yes, sir.
So, they gave you a lot of ice cream.
That's one thing that they did do.
I think we mentioned, neither of us really finished our ice cream.
Yes, because we were pretty full of sushi, and we didn't even finish all the sushi that we did have.
Yeah.
The sushi was good, though.
So the subtotal before our tax and tip was $15, and because we're nice humans and it was Valentine's Day, we did give a small tip, so we ended up paying $18.23 for the total, which is approximately $9 a person. Which, when you think about it, is kind of expensive for an ice cream cone, but it was we have photos. It was a giant ice cream cone. And they were, as rude as they were to us, and as mean as I felt like they were as people, they were not stingy with the amount of ice cream.
Right.
That they gave us. So there's that. But I feel like I just have a hard time rating this place. Is there a way? Because I don't know.
Do you want to rate? What was it? Thomas's?
Oh, Thomas
Sweet Ice Creamery instead of this place?
No.
I feel like we have to come to some sort of mutual consensus on what are you thinking? Tell me what you're thinking.
So this to me feels like the Chick-fil-A of ice cream places.
Oh my god, that's a great analogy. I love that.
Because I've had Chick-fil-A once or twice in the past before I knew the extent of what they're about.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not gonna lie, Chick-fil-A has pretty good chicken, and their lemonade's good, and they have waffle fries, which is exciting.
I used to like their sweet tea.
See? But morally, I'm uncomfortable
with everything they stand for.
Going there, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is, I get the same feeling, I get the same ick from Crazees. Because the ice cream was good, the waffle cone was crisp, it had good flavor, they gave you a lot of ice cream for the cost. The seating area was adorable. Under any other circumstances, I would have no problem putting it in A.
You would?
I would.
I would have put it in B, but okay.
But it falls outside of anything that we can do. Can we add an E tier for...
Add an E tier?
For, unrated...
Could we
outside the ice cream zeitgeist places? I don't know what to do with this. Or do we just ignore the moral
implications
for now and rate it purely on flavors?
Personally, if I was going to rate it on flavors, I wouldn't put it. I'd put it lower than Ralph's at the very least, because I wasn't too
Well, you weren't thrilled with your.
I wasn't thrilled with my stuff. Let's see, what else do we have here?
All right, well, let's go over the tier list if we're going to start thinking about placement.
All right.
And then we'll get back to that. So, just as a reminder, for the S tier, we have Halstead Farms, Frozen Flavors, Milkcraft, Surreal Creamery, Ryan's Homemade Ice Cream, Mystic Drawbridge, Friendlies, and The Baked Bear.
In A, we have Nicholas Creamery, Gabriel's Fountain, Strollo's Lighthouse, Sweet Ice Creamery, Sunday Afternoon, Sundays, Carvel, Coney Waffle, Smoothie King, and Frozen Yo Cafe.
In the B tier, we have Ralph's Famous Italian Ice, Baskin Robbins, Haagen-Dazs, and Jersey Freeze.
In C tier, we have Rita's, Cold Stone Creamery, Shake Shack, Dairy Queen, and Sonic.
And in the D tier, we have Magnificos and Mini Melts.
And yeah, we're really basing like the ice cream itself off of the Thomas place. Thomas Sweet Ice Cream.
Mm.
And not Crazees themselves.
Yeah. But I guess, but here's the thing. Our criteria is the ice cream consistency, flavor, and then we also include atmosphere and location and quality and cost ratio. And the atmosphere of the place with the weird upsetting signs and the references to
mental illness,
psychiatric issues was uncomfortable. Even though it's pretty and it the actual inside design of the restaurant was very nice. It was cute to sit at the tables and hang out.
But they could also have just done a carnival theme or something like that, like what Coney Waffle did.
Exactly. I don't know. I just don't
have
a thought. So this is
So here's my thought. And because atmosphere... Alright, this is what we'll do.
Okay.
Let's do an averaging.
Okay.
Alright, so 1 to 5. Where would you place the creaminess and consistency? Here, let me get
5 is good?
Let me get my pen and paper. I got this. This is how we're going to figure this out.
Okay, we're doing math over here, guys.
So 1 is S tier, and then 5 will be the E tier, right? Wait.
Okay, so 5 is bad?
5. Oh, wait. Then let's reverse that. Strike that. Reverse it.
Okay, so 5 is good.
5 is good. What would you say for creaminess and consistency?
4?
I would say 3.
Okay.
All right, so let's go with a 3. What would you say for flavor? I would, again, say a 3, personally.
I would have said 4. So these aren't averaging. It says averaging so far at 3.5.
We're going to average everything, and that's how we're going to decide where this place belongs.
I know, I'm just telling you math-wise.
Okay. We don't like the atmosphere.
No.
We do not like it one bit.
1.
So I would say a 1. The quality and cost ratio was good.
Yeah.
4 or 5? What do you say? 4. And then what do you say about...
And then that ultimately decides the placement on the tier list. So
Got it. So
see.
4 plus 5, 6, 11... And then the highest you could have gotten was 16. So 11 divided by 16.
Why? How is it 16? It's 5 per...
Oh, yeah, all right. You're right. I'm dumb. Fire me.
No, thank you. I don't want to go solo.
So 11 divided by 20.
Okay.
And that's how we'll decide where it belongs on the tier list. Oh, we could probably do this in the future also.
55%. Which is half, a little over half. So, 1, 2...
I would not put it over Frozen Yo Cafe. So, I feel like it's somewhere belongs...
Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 categories, right? That was where you got 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So, 11 divided by our 4 criteria is a 2.75.
Personally, I think it belongs somewhere
on the B tier. So that's on
C. On C?
Wouldn't that make sense?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2,
right.
An average of 2. It's the high end of C, but it would be a C.
I would say a C. I'd go to Rita's over them. But
I would too.
But what about Cold Stone? I really think that I would probably go... If this place wasn't, insulting, I would probably go to this place over Cold Stone. But what's your thought?
Well,
I definitely would go to this place over Shake Shack.
Okay, so then I think it should go on C after Rita's, because as much as, again, they were offensive to me, their dark chocolate ice cream was better than Cold Stone's, and that's what...
And I think that that's a solid reasoning then.
Okay.
So we'll put them on C tier after Rita's and before Cold Stone.
I think we figured out a new way to officially place things on the tier list.
Oh, yeah.
We have math on our side now.
Yeah. Maybe we might have to redo everything at one point.
Oh, God, help me.
Maybe we'll do that at the end of this season.
That'll be a long episode.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do the math ahead of time, maybe.
Maybe. All right. So, thank you for listening to a crazy episode of Scoop Podcast. This was episode 30. That's nuts that we have done 30 days of this.
Yep. And we have, 24 more until the end of we skipped 1 week, which means that it's 23.
Yeah, something like that. But, yes. Yeah, thank you for listening. As always, be sure to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify.
We have a Ko-fi account.
If you'd like to donate some funds so that we can continue to buy ice cream, that would be cool. Be sure to keep track of us so you can always know where to go for your frozen favorites. And remember to tune in next week for a review of the original frozen yogurt shop that reignited the frozen yogurt craze.
Wait, we're going to a frozen yogurt place next?
We are.
I'm excited. I was about to ask you where, but yeah, we don't have to answer that here.
You'll find out next week where.
Ooh, cool. I'm happy now.
All right. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.